Drop is directed by Christopher Landon, the man behind the Happy Death Day movies and Freaky. And here, a widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. But I also want to give a big thank you to the sponsor for this video, BetterHelp. Most people I know, myself included, have dealt with anxiety, some of us more severe than others. It can be very difficult to figure out exactly how to survive in a world that sometimes feels like it's always against you. Sometimes even seasonal transitions can bring about it. The springtime brings change. There's new routines, longer days, and shifting priorities. The majority of BetterHelp members seek support for anxiety, and 69% of members reported improved anxiety symptoms after 6 weeks of therapy on BetterHelp. It's very easy to start. Just fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple days. And you can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you if you have any questions. So let BetterHelp help you rule your anxiety so it doesn't rule you. If you go to betterhelp.com/Chris Stuckmann, which is in the description below, you can get 10% off your first month of therapy. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. So it's great to be talking to you guys again. The last video I did was for Mickey 17, so it's been a minute. This has been a long stretch of time without a video. I usually try to upload a lot more frequently. Full disclosure, I have been involved in the next project. I have been working on it quite a bit. I can't say what it is. I'm really hoping that I can announce it extremely soon. But it has taken so much of my time working on it, and I'm really, really excited about it. Like, it's kind of a dream come true, and I'm hoping that everything continues to happen the way it's supposed to happen for a couple more forms that have to be signed. And the way it works in this industry is sometimes, you know, you're right there, you're at the finish line, and then somebody says, well, actually, you know, we have this form here, and you're like, oh God, and then you have to wait a little bit longer, and I'm rambling. All that is to say that I've been doing a lot of writing lately, and it has taken a lot of time away from my YouTube channel. And I don't want it to, and I'm sorry, and I'm really happy to see you guys again. Let's talk about a thriller that I really, really enjoyed, and hopefully later this year I can give you an update on that project that I'm really pumped about. I am so overjoyed that this movie came out in theaters. I'm a massive fan of old school thrillers, movies like Cellular, Out of Time, Panic Room, Phone Booth. Films like these don't get made that much anymore, where there is a central concept or gimmick and you are with one person who is just trying to figure it out. It's a mystery, it's a puzzle, and usually there's some people in jeopardy that are important to them. I absolutely adore movies like that. Carry On was one of the more recent ones, starring Taron Egerton. That went straight to Netflix, which is why I'm so glad that Drop is in theaters and that Christopher Landon made it, because he is mostly known for horror comedies. And this movie, while it certainly has a few jokes and some lighthearted scenes, is definitely more of a straightforward thriller. And just like Netflix's Carry On, I think this film is very inspired by Red Eye. I won't get into the exact specifics of why I do think that Red Eye was probably a major inspiration for this movie, because it does involve some spoilers, but essentially they're very similar, and I'm not saying that as a detraction, because I love Red Eye and I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was extremely fast-paced. The actors do a wonderful job, and Christopher Landon's direction is very tight and controlled. And I miss the time where really fast-paced thrillers like this were common, and they were out in theaters all the time, where you could go to see one like every single month. I really hope that Drop does well, so please do go see this movie in theaters and support it so people know that the theatrical experience can still have a film like this. Like, this was slightly annoying, but I kind of enjoyed it. There were a few people in the audience who were sort of whispering their suspicions to who they thought was the guy and what they thought might happen, and they were a little bit loud. But it was fun to kind of hear how everybody was trying to guess the mystery and be involved in the puzzle. And since we are with these two actors as long as we are, a lot of the film does rely on their talent and their chemistry and their ability to play off one another. And they're both really damn good in the movie, but it also is really long sections of film, very lengthy pages of dialogue written in the script, where essentially like one scene can take up 15-20 pages because it's mostly at this dinner table. And that is also not something you're seeing a lot nowadays. So yes, you're going to get people who are saying this is like a disposable throwaway thriller that could easily be streamed, but at the same time, if you look deeper than that, you're seeing filmmaking that just isn't really happening that much. Really lengthy scenes that are entirely dialogue and performance driven, that don't have a superhero flying by or a monster showing up, and it's just characters trying to figure out exactly what's happening, and it can be actually extremely involving. There is a backstory to the film that involves the main character's previous husband, and the culmination of those events sometimes conflicted with the tension I was feeling in the movie. And the eventual reveal of what went down didn't 100% connect for me in regards to having much of an impact on the story itself. And the person who is sending her all of these messages at the restaurant begins by sending her a bunch of memes and photos that they clearly had to create themselves and take the time and effort to make and then send to her phone. And it felt to me like that was a lot of work when someone could easily just be like, block. And then all of the important messages, like the things that they want her to do, would never reach her. And that to me felt like a strange way for it to begin. It almost felt like they needed the title drop. And so it began with like airdropping stuff to her. And then eventually it just becomes text messages. Those are some minor nitpicks. I really enjoyed this movie. The performances are great. It's very tense. It has a really thrilling third act. Like I said, if you've seen Red Eye, you can kind of see the structure of how this is going, but it's a really, really fun thriller, and I hope we get to see a lot more of these in theaters. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Again, I apologize there's been a bit of a break without a video. I've just been working so hard on this next project, and I'm so excited to be able to talk to you about it soon, hopefully. But anyway, thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.